we are back. Yes, we are back with the $20 meal prep challenge. My $20 meal prep challenge video is, I think, my most viewed video of all time, which is crazy. And if you haven't seen it, I'll leave a link to it down below. And a lot of people have requested that I do another one of these. So here we are again. This time though, there's going to be a few slight changes, okay? So instead of spending 20 Canadian dollars, which is what I did last time, I'm going to be spending the equivalent of 20 American dollars. I just figured, number one, most of my viewership is in the US. Number two, when people say like dollars, usually they mean like American dollars. I'm not saying that the world revolves around the US, okay? But I'm just saying, like, I'm just trying to give myself more money. Okay, so we're gonna spend 27 Canadian dollars, which is the equivalent of 20 American dollars, because Canadian dollar not doing so hot right now, okay? And last time a few people got mad at me. Well, maybe they didn't get mad at me, but they were like, what the hell? Because I called the video a full week meal prep, even though I only did 5 days worth of food. I just figure, like, you know, when people meal prep for a week, they don't usually make 7 days worth of food. When I say weekly meal prep, I usually mean 5 days of food. But this time, I got you. I'm gonna try to do 7 days. So I'm gonna do 7 full days of food. $27 Canadian, $20 American, 7 days worth of food, and 100% vegan. Let's go.
All right, guys, so I went grocery shopping, and it's been actually a couple of days, and I actually ended up spending a little over $27 just because it's really hard to like estimate when you have to weigh things, like when you buy like vegetables and stuff. But essentially what happened was I actually spent $27.62. Yeah. So what I'm gonna do is I'm actually going to omit something that I bought, which was an onion. I bought an onion, and it cost 91 cents. For one onion. I feel like that's a lot. I'm gonna just take that out because I feel like it's not really necessary. So yeah. All right, so I'm gonna start making food, and hopefully it turns out. I honestly don't even know what I'm making yet, so. So here are my very special purchases. I bought some black turtle beans. Of course, you have to have beans. I also got myself a tub of peanut butter. Yay, smooth peanut butter. Of course, I couldn't get myself the natural just peanuts peanut butter because that stuff is more expensive. I also got some frozen vegetables, which are always handy to have. 1 kilogram of quick whole grain oats. Bananas. Yes, I did ripen them, you know. I bought this stuff a few days before I actually filmed this video. Got myself a can of tomato sauce, 900 grams of green lentils, some long grain brown rice. I also got some fancy spaghetti actually. I was gonna get cheaper spaghetti, but this was only like 20 cents more, and this one has omega-3, so I just thought it's healthier. Some soy sauce, a pretty big sweet potato, fortified soy milk, and kale. Before we get started with the meal prep, I want to let you guys know that this video is supported by audible.com. And if you guys don't know Audible, they are an online audiobook store. They've got tons of different audiobooks that you can download straight onto your device, whatever device you are using. And it is so handy, especially for those of you guys that may want to read, but maybe you're running around or you're driving or something like that. It really helped me when I got my laser eye surgery, which I did a couple weeks ago. And I couldn't look at my phone. I couldn't look at anything really, so I just listened to audiobooks. And the one that I'm listening to right now is called The Subtle Art of Not Giving a Fuck. And it's quite interesting and it's quite insightful, so check it out. And if you guys want to get yourself a free audiobook, I will leave a link to a 1-month trial and a free audiobook down below. And without further ado, let's get started with the meal prep. The first thing I like to do when I meal prep is I like to cook up whatever's gonna take the longest. So I'm cooking up the lentils on my stove here, and I also made the rice in my rice cooker, and my rice cooker actually has like a little steamer thing that you can add on top. So what I did with that was I added this sweet potato so that I could steam the sweet potato while the rice was cooking, so you can get like 2 things done at once. And while the rice and lentils are cooking, and also the beans, I believe, while everything is cooking, you want to prepare kind of your vegetables and other little things that you might need to chop. So I'm just chopping up the kale here and just preparing whatever I can prepare. Alright, let's just make a very simple sweet potato cake thing that I made up. So I'm just taking some oats and I'm just blending it to make an oat flour. And now I'm just mashing up some sweet potato. This ended up being around 1 cup of sweet potato, and I honestly would have liked to use more, but you know, I wanted to save some sweet potato for later. And I decided to also add half a banana for extra sweetness, but I don't know, next time I might try making this without a banana because I feel like the banana flavor kind of overtook everything, but I don't know. This was just me trying things out, okay? And we're gonna add half a cup of soy milk and just try to mix that together. And we also added 1.5 cups of oat flour, and then we're just going to, mix that well. So we've got sweet potato, we've got oat flour, we've got banana, and we have soy milk. And I'm just going to lay that out on parchment paper on a baking sheet. And I made them a little bit big because I wanted to have these for breakfast, kind of like as like a breakfast cake. But of course you can have these as snacks as well. And we are also going to make some cookies. We're making 3 ingredient cookies. We are taking some oats here. I'm using 2 cups of oats. I'm also going to add 1.5 ripe bananas and 6 tablespoons of peanut butter. Now, you can use as much or as little peanut butter as you want. You don't even have to add peanut butter, but I wanted to add it for some added fat so that, you know, you stay full for a bit longer. And plus, this actually tasted so good because peanut butter is life. And now you're going to shape them into beautiful little cookies, and you are going to place them on another baking sheet that is covered with parchment paper. And then, yeah, that's pretty much it. So these can be eaten for breakfast even, or as a snack. So now you've got 2 different options for breakfast or snack. And of course, I even decided to put a little bit of extra peanut butter on top of the cookies just to make them a little bit more interesting. And then we are going to bake these in a preheated oven along with those sweet potato cakes that we made earlier. We're just going to bake them in the same oven because that's how I roll. So here's another breakfast option. I'm making overnight oats. I know it's basic, guys, but seriously, it's just easy and affordable, so I'm just gonna make it, okay? I'm just adding some soy milk into 3 jars. So I'm not gonna make any more than 3 just because I feel like it's gonna get soggy, it's gonna get bad. So even, I feel like 3 is already pushing it, so yeah. I'm just adding 2 tablespoons of peanut butter into each jar. And then you are just going to mix that well together. Okay, I just wanted to mix it a little bit before putting in the oats. And now we can add the oats. Yay! Once you've added the oats, mix that well, very, very well. And I'm gonna top it with some banana slices. And you can do this honestly like the day before or the day of. You can just bring like a banana or something. But I just did this so you guys can see how I made it. And I know it's not pretty at all. It's actually pretty ugly, but you know, whatever. Okay, we're gonna make some bean balls. Yay! So I'm adding some black beans into the food processor along with some lentils. And like I said, these are all cooked now because I cooked it all, okay? We're also adding some rice and we are going to process it and just kind of let it blend together. And then we're gonna add it into a big mixing bowl. I also added some sweet potato in there to add a little bit more flavor. That was probably equivalent of like maybe a cup or something, whatever I had, okay? And then I'm also adding some tomato sauce to add more flavor. And of course, we're gonna also add some soy sauce and just mix that well until everything is very well combined. And we are going to bake again. We are taking a baking sheet with parchment paper and we are going to make little balls out of this bean and rice and whatever mixture that we have and just place them. You know how it is. And then I just bake them at 300 degrees, nope, not 300, 350 degrees Fahrenheit for approximately an hour, and I did flip them halfway through, and these actually turned out very good. So yeah, they were super yummy. Okay, now we're gonna make a pasta sauce, but instead of just using tomato sauce, we're gonna make it a little bit more interesting, because I like things interesting, okay? We're adding some peanut butter in there. I know that sounds weird, but I swear this was actually really good. Maybe because I'm just addicted to peanut butter, I don't know, but it was good. And you know, I don't have many things to flavor things with, so I'm gonna have to be a bit creative. I'm adding some soy sauce in there, of course, and we're just gonna blend that up. And this will just make the sauce a little bit more creamy and also give it some more fat and protein, so it'll keep you fuller for longer. Yes. And the pasta is already cooked up, and I just added the sauce on top of the pasta and tossed it. You guys know the drill. We're gonna prepare some sides because sides are awesome. And so we're just cooking up the frozen vegetables. I'm adding a little bit of salt, okay? And then we're just gonna cook that up. It's basically just simple frozen vegetables. And we're also gonna make a little bit of a kale side dish kind of thing. Honestly, I would have just eaten it like cooked like that with a little bit of salt, but I decided to add some soy sauce and just a little splash of tomato sauce to make it a little bit more interesting. Like I said, I like things interesting. Now this is the fun part. This is when we can kind of assemble the bento box and make it look kind of pretty. And yeah, here we go. We're just adding the bean balls, the vegetables. We're also adding the spaghetti, and I'm gonna just top it with a little bit of that kale. Look how pretty! Yay! Okay, here's another option for you because I had so much rice left and so many lentils. We're gonna just take a bit of the rice, bit of the lentils, mix that up with a little bit of soy sauce. And then I'm going to top it with some of the pasta sauce that I had left over. And on the side, we've got the kale and the bean balls. So basically, it's just about making sides, making mains, and just kind of putting it together in whatever way you want to, okay? Now we're just going to make a peanut butter stir fry kind of thing. We're just taking some peanut butter and some soy sauce. And then I tried to mix it together with a spoon, but it actually ended up looking really gross and clumpy. So I just put it in my food processor and just let that do the work. And then on a frying pan, I am just adding a little bit of water and just cooking up the frozen vegetables. Also gonna add some lentils in there as well as some of the black beans and then some kale. And this is when I told myself I needed to get a bigger frying pan, possibly a wok. I need a wok. And then yeah, we're just going to add that peanut butter soy sauce mixture. Now in an ideal world, I would have liked to add some maple syrup, but that wasn't in my budget, guys, so I couldn't add it. But this was still really good. Alright, we're gonna make some bean and lentil patties now. We are just taking some lentils and some black beans. We're gonna process that. And then once that's nicely mashed and processed, I'm adding some oat flour and also adding some regular lentils that I haven't mashed up. And then I'm just going to mix that well together. And guess what, guys? We're adding some soy sauce. Surprise! We're also gonna add some tomato paste or tomato sauce and mix that well together. Adding a little bit more oat flour at a time, just based on, the consistency that I want. let's show you guys what I made. So we've got spaghetti here. The sauce is made from tomato sauce, peanut butter, and soy sauce. And then we've got this, I don't know, bean ball, lentil ball, whatever you want to call it. Some veggies. We've got rice with some patties, some veggies. We've got rice with the peanut butter and soy sauce kind of stir-fry vegetable. And then of course we can just kind of mix and match here and there. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, focus, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. There are 14 main meals, so you could mix and match for lunch and dinner. And then for breakfast, again, we've got the 3 overnight oats, peanut butter cookies. We also have sweet potato cakes, and then there's more oats. There's also still more soy milk left. We've got more bananas, we've got more peanut butter, so plenty of food here. So this is how much food I made with only $20 US. There are definitely more than enough calories for the week for one person, okay? I had tons of food left over. So I had like tons of black beans. I also had lots of lentils left over. I actually didn't even cook like half the lentils. And I also had a lot of rice left, some spaghetti left. I also had some oats left. I mean, tons of food. The only thing is that I wish I had more vegetables and fruit, and I think if I did this next time, I will try to get more of that. I was just really concerned because I didn't want to like run out of food, like I didn't want to not have enough calories. So my main concern was to get foods that will fill me up, which is why I got a lot of like rice and beans and lentils, which I know are going to fill you up. And honestly guys, I challenged myself to not use any spices that I already had and try to only use whatever I could get with the $20. But I think that most people probably already have some basic spices in their pantry. So I do encourage you to use spices. They will just make a huge difference and probably make things taste even better. Anyways, I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did enjoy it, hit that like button and also let me know down below in the comments section what your thoughts are. If you are new to this channel, don't forget to click that subscribe button for more videos similar to this one. And of course, I will see you guys in my next video. Thank you guys so much for watching. Bye!